Alrighty. All right. Alrighty, hello everyone. Welcome back to the stream. Oh my gosh. Let's see here, what do we gotta do? I still got this panel crate. I gotta deal with that one over there. We're gonna be heading over to those coasts anyways, because we wanna build our oil stuff out there eventually. Alright. So anyway, what do I want to be doing right now? Oh yes. We gotta get rid of this also. Alright, so first things first. Let's come up here and upgrade the steelworks. Yeah, right. Let me make sure. 320, and then each of these, there's 8 of these making 60. All right. Okay, so we need to upgrade all this. Now I'll get the full 480 of steel, if I even actually need that. Let me look up above. Each one 40 and 40. Okay, so the actual manifold itself doesn't care about it being Mark IV. Upgrade all this back again. Fun. Yeah, I like just got home from work, but I just wanted to start streaming right away. Upgrade that. Alright, I made a sort of list for today so I actually get everything that I want to do done. Within reason, of course. First thing we want to do is the wet concrete. But after I do this. All right. Can't forget the second segment of that. All right, let's wait a second here. Yeah. And then if you don't want to deal with the byproducts coming out, there should be an alt recipe as well, but I know that you want to use that for your own stuff anyways. All right. And this should be just right. All right. Now we have this node here, and this node here. Currently it's just doing stuff right there and then being sent out to the concrete area. I want to pull these 3 nodes all the way to the water. And then we're going to use, I think it was, what, 12 refineries and 7 water extractors? Let me pull it out right now. Actually, no, it was like 9. Wait, let me think about this. So each of these fully overclocked gives us 300. And then 100 to 2 is what, 66.66? Yeah. Well, not quite there. Okay, now it's being weird with it. There we go. So yeah, what was it? 83.3 repeating. And then for 100, making it to 66.6 repeating. That means I would need 3 refineries per node. I have 3 main nodes. I have a 4th node. So I'll probably just do it with 3 nodes. So then that'll mean 9 of these refineries. And then for the water, that means 83.333 times 9. So that's just shy of 750. All right. And then each water extractor does 120. So yeah, I'll need like 7 of them. Maybe, let me see here. 120 times 6. That's only 720. Yeah, so I'll need 7 of them. Good. Yeah, that's good stuff. Love to hear it. Just remember with the turbo fuel stuff, if you want to, which I would also recommend, when you get to the rocket fuel thing, you want to have the turbo fuel plant ready to be upgraded into that, so your fuel output should be able to be easily diverted. That's ideally what you'd want to do. Alright, so anyways. I think I want to just line this up with the grid. So let's just start building out off of this. I think we'll build the concrete stuff just down here. Ugh, move, Bean. Really, Bean? Get out of here. Oh my gosh. They're so annoying. Why you gotta be so naughty? Look at you. Look at you. Get out of here. I love how they don't have a proper running animation when they're swimming. Oh, and you're going the wrong way. This is the wrong... Ugh, really? Well, with rocket fuel... Actually, I forgot exactly how far you're in. But if I look it up... Let me see here. Rocket fuel Satisfactory. Let me look. Yeah, so for rocket fuel, it takes the turbo fuel, so you're gonna need the turbo fuel anyways. And then you combine it with... Yeah, you are, aren't you? But then you also combine it with nitric acid. Well, if you're not packaging them, if you're just using them straight away, you don't need the aluminum. It's only if you're doing the package recipe. But let's see here. So for nitric... Oh, wait. Yeah, no. For nitric acid, you just use nitrogen gas and water. So you're just adding in nitrogen into rocket fuel, and that's basically the only extra step. And then what you get out is the rocket fuel, and you even get compacted coal back, so you're using less of the compacted coal that you used to make the turbo fuel. So you're using less sulfur. Otherwise, there's an alternate recipe called nitro rocket fuel. Instead of using turbo fuel and nitric acid, you use fuel, nitrogen gas, sulfur, and coal. So basically everything, but not combined. And then out of that, you get rocket fuel and the compacted coal still. Yeah. I'm just saying, just leave room between your turbo fuel output and the burners, so then you can slot in the machines to make the turbo fuel into rocket fuel. That's the only thing. And then there's also ionized fuel, but that thing requires power shards to do, and the extra fuel per that you get out really isn't good enough. So for fuel, I think the epitome is rocket fuel, and it's great for jetpacks too. But anyways, let me get back to the game. Now, I haven't looked too deeply on whether the alternate recipe for the rocket fuel is better or not. Yeah, I'm not too sure. All right, so we need 7 water extractors and 12 of the actual thingies. Grab water extractor again. Thinking I could probably... Yeah, the bean is just being so annoying right now. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. All right. How close to land can I make this thing? Not that close. All right. Well, actually pretty close. So let's place down a lookout tower. No, organization. Let's actually place down a lot. That's not aligned correctly. All right, and let's try that again. Oh, that's gonna do it sideways though. Let's see. It was... It depends. Since... It depends. I don't know how much you have saved up in your library. And also, I don't know how much extra recipes are unlocked in that stage compared to the level that I got to in my last world. So I don't know. Because you got all that aluminum stuff clogging up all the stuff now. I don't know. You might just have to do a drive hunt. Okay, now I was placing these down. I hate that it exits the thing when you go in the water. Not deep enough. Not deep. Wasn't it like just deep enough earlier? Okay, so now it says it's deep enough. Right there. Okay, yeah, that seems about right. Okay, I'll take the rest of these down, and now we just need 7. I don't even have Mark II pipes, I don't think. No. What is it for Mark II pipes? Let's find out. Let me look at that. I'm pretty sure that is a bad one that you don't want to take. I'm pretty sure normal turbo fuel is the best one, but I can check that again. Okay, so the other two that you can get other than the base turbo fuel is turbo heavy fuel and then turbo blend fuel. Let's look at this here. So we got... Actually, can I pull up... Let's pull up Satisfactory Modeler. There we go. All right, so let's delete that. So let's see here. Turbo. So we got normal turbo fuel here. Fuel. Compacted coal. All right. Let's say... Okay, so then that's basic. Let's pull another. Okay, so you wanted to look at turbo blend. All right, so packaged turbo fuel. delete, delete. This is gonna be what, diluted fuel? Water. Heavy oil residue. And crude oil. So then that's the tree for normal. Yeah. Alright, so let's do, oh, not that. So then with this down here, ooh, it gets complicated. Diluted fuel. That is heavy oil residue. This is also heavy oil residue, and then that's water. And then crude oil. Okay, and then that's coming to the same node. Let's see here. Okay, so let's set... So basically the blend one, it just takes all those things there. Let's look at... So how much fuel would you be... I mean, how much oil would you want to be extracting total? So far, what I'm noticing is you're getting less, but you're using less water. Hmm. 600. All right. So let's have this do 600. There we go. And then let's have this do 600. So let's see here. So you're looking at less machines overall, from what I'm seeing. Less sulfur and coal usage here. You're getting less turbo fuel though. Now this is assuming that you're using the heavy oil residue recipe and then diluted fuel recipe for both of these. And keep in mind with the blend one, you have to have heavy oil residue as well. And I'm taking that off the same node here. And it seems that the majority of the oil goes towards that heavy oil residue side instead of the blend fuel side. Yeah, but I'm assuming once you have it, that's what you'll be doing. If you're not doing diluted fuel, so let's say you're doing just what, regular fuel? Which you really shouldn't be, because then you're losing out on like 4 times as much. With this, you're still ending up with less turbo fuel at the end, but you're using less of the compacted coal recipe stuff. It depends. So basically what I see happening here is you're getting less fuel total output, but you have less of all the other things apart from... Wait a second, why is this being weird here? Wait a second, this needs to go to that. And let's make sure that this is... Okay, what do I have? Oh, wait a second, this looks better. How did that jump up? I have to look at this more. Let's see. Okay, why is it doing this? Let's see that again. Diluted fuel. I might not have had the things in right. Okay, that looks more normal. And then let's see what this one. This is called Satisfactory Modeler. It is an app on Steam. It counts as like a Steam game. It's not in a browser. So you can use it even when you're offline. Not that I'm ever offline when I'm playing Satisfactory anyways, but... Okay, so we want... that. Heavy oil residue. Going to crude oil. Now I'm gonna pull this here, and then this. Gonna be heavy oil residue from that crude oil. Okay, that's interesting. What is going on here? Okay, I think I see what's happening. Since doing the fuel blend is so cheap on the fuel compared to the heavy oil residue, you get extra heavy oil residue there. So when you're doing the diluted fuel, using the blend option is not as good because you have to divert more of your heavy oil to this side here and less goes to the fuel part, and then the ratio just kind of messes up there. So you're getting less output there. But when you're doing just the regular fuel, this gives less output compared to this normally. But if you have the blend fuel, the fuel just is so much more, and you don't have to worry about piping heavy oil residue into it with it. So if you end up doing the blend fuel, you'll want to stick to the base recipe. If you're not doing blend fuel, you will want to do the blend recipe. But even with the blend recipe, that's less than both of these down here. I mean, not... Okay, so what is this called again? Let's see here. No, not... Blah, blah, blah. It is called Turbo Blend. Okay, so with the Turbo Blend, it's better than the base if you're not using blend fuel. If you are using blend fuel, it's worse than base. And you'll probably want to be using blend fuel anyways. So I would just not bother with turbo blend unless you want to make a smaller factory for the amount of oil you're using. But as you can see here, even So like from the normal recipes without the turbo blend, the normal recipe without, okay, so without both of the blend things, the normal recipe 333 all the way to 1300 when you have fuel blend, but regular, that's, what is that? That's literally 1,000 more. That's kind of crazy. But then 600, so this is almost double here. So if you're not using blend fuel, it's still better, but if you are using blend fuel, it's worse. So that's basically the rundown there. I'm pretty sure the ratios are still gonna be similar. So, do you mean 2 more nodes, so your total would be 1,800? Or 2 nodes total, so your total is 1,200? Because I can run the numbers on that. Here, let me do 1,200 right now. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a similar type of ratio, though. Okay, so let's see here. So if you're doing base recipes for everything, with 1,200, you're getting 666. If you're doing the blend fuel, but base turbo fuel, you'll get it 1,200. If you do blend fuel... Wait, no. This is base fuel, blend turbo fuel. You get 1,200. Blend fuel, base turbo, you get 2,666. Yeah, there you go. Still at actually, yeah. No, it's getting closer. I think it's like approaching itself, but it's still worse if you're using blend fuel. 4,000 to. If you're saying you have 3 pure nodes, so 1,800 total, that's even worse. Let me bring this back down to 600. Yeah, the more you're adding onto that, the worse the second recipe gets, actually. Oh, Blue Crater? Yeah, Blue Crater is great for rocket fuel. Here, let's go back to the game. So if I go to the map, you're like down here is where the Blue Crater is, right? It's like around here-ish or something. Somewhere around over here. This was from when I died in the void. That's so funny. Yeah, no. It's marginally better if you're not using the fuel blend. But I'm pretty sure, unless you're a madman and you want just less out in total, you want to be using the blend fuel recipe with it. So I would just stick to base turbo fuel. Now for the rocket fuel, I don't know if it's better or not to do the alternate with the rocket fuel one, but you don't have that popping up yet right now. Also, there is another alternate recipe. Let's head back to Modeler quick. There's another alternate recipe which makes turbo fuel directly from heavy oil residue. Let's see what that looks like. And let's say we're doing the heavy oil residue alternate to get the most amount that we can. So let's say for 600 of that, $640. Okay, so let's look at that. Let's set everything to 600. $600. So this gives 640. Okay. So if you're, let's see here. What's the differences here? If you're not using blend fuel, the heavy oil turbo fuel is actually the best. That's actually really funny because it makes 640. Now there's no opportunities here to add in blend fuel though, so that's like the highest you're ever going to go without blend fuel. But with blend fuel, the base recipe is still the best. But that is funny. There is another turbo fuel recipe. And it uses, let's see here, 266. And then this uses 300 each. Oh, not that. Oh, jeez. I don't know why this thing has to be weird sometimes without letting me exit. No, I did not want to grab that. To grab that. There we go. Anyways, let's see here. So this takes more compacted coal stuff though, so it's bad for that. But yeah, no, I would say that the ideal recipe would be all this. Actually, let's get rid of these because that's limiting. But yeah, this recipe here, that's what you'd want for the most turbo fuel out that you can get. All right, let me pull up the game again. Oh, there we go. Layers are funny. But yeah, no, I wouldn't bother with the turbo fuel alternate, and I would bank on grabbing the blend fuel. All right, bye-bye. All right, now let's make this. So I need 7. Two, 3, 4. All right, I'm gonna need to build out more. Why isn't that on Zoop mode? I'm gonna have to destroy more of this. That's fine though. Why? Is there stuff here? Oh, I have stuff under the water somehow? Okay then. Well, I don't want to build under the water anyways. Let me look and see what's up here quickly. Nothing except for that, but that's over there, so that doesn't matter. Alright, then in that case, I can just do that quickly. In fact, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. And then I'll just have the water run along sideways and we'll have the refineries right over here, so then we won't even have to worry about head lift. Alright. That rock there is going to be annoying if it doesn't go underneath these. It better. Okay, it looks like it will. Oh, that was close. What's in here? This is all my motors, right? I could reach it. Yeah, that's all my motors. That's fine. A weird song. What is this song? Oh, right. All right. Love me some X-Lide. Good music. Okay, so for the 900, I'm gonna have what, 3 belts coming down here? Well, let's see here. I can hold 960 on 2 Mark IV belts. Actually, I only need 2 belts coming in if I wanted, but just to make things simpler, I think I will have 3 belts come in, 1 for each node. All right, so let's see here. We'll just do 1 long pipeline, have it all be 1 apparatus. All right, something like this. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Noodle. There we go. That's not right. Then I'll split it off as needed. All right. Okay, how do I want to do things? Let's grab a refinery. Plop one down right here. All right, we're gonna want 9 of these in a row. All right, let me leave this here for a second. I gotta check on some stuff. Alrighty. Let's see here. How do I want to handle this? I think I might do something like this. Yeah, I think I'll do something like this. And then this will help smooth it out from my elevation differences. All right. And probably pull this out one more. So then what I'll do is I can literally just pull up from wherever here, just right up into it. And that'll mean minimal distance of pipe above the ground. So then that gives more room for a solid manifold for the concrete. Yeah. I like that. Kind of exactly the same as we did at the coal plant, except this stuff is to the side so it doesn't have to be as tall. Yeah, I'm liking that. Now I just need to do these 9 in a row somewhere. Probably pull them out to here, just to give me more room. Now let's see. How wide are these things? Let's pull it. So it's in the corner here. 1 1/4. So when I'm making 9 of these, that means 1.25 times 9. 11 1/4 foundations are going to be taken up by this. These guys are 2.5. So it gives me a lot of room. I'll probably just stack them. Ooh, that's actually tough. Because I want it to be spaced enough where I'm not going to have buildups and droughts of the water. Maybe I can do them in sets of 3. Let me grab one of those again. Yeah, in sets of 3, it's not even up to 300, so that'll leave the flow good enough. So I'll do them in sets of 3. So let's start down here. I think I'll put it in between these two. So we were gonna pull it out to here. Let's just do something like this. 1, 2, 3. And we'll do this, but then we're gonna keep pulling it out this way. 3. Let's space it 2 foundations. So this is 1 full foundation. That's like just less than a half. Let's see. Do I want it to be there or a little farther? Probably back too, to be honest. How's that look like that, by the way? That's from being... That's actually from being... Okay, up. Where's that landing? Right in the middle of that. So then that's over 1 more. Yeah, so that's how that looks. Do. So 2 hits in. Do. Do. 2 hits this way, it would be... Okay, so let's bring it out to the edge. And then 2 hits in. 1. 2. I don't have enough motors. Oh, that's the wrong button. Don't have enough motors, but thankfully I literally have this right here. There we go. More motors than I'll ever need for a long while. Very useful. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I should be 2 then. That's not right. They should be at the middle of this one. That should be the distance I want. Okay. Now I need to do the good old take away all these. Nope, that's not the right elevation. There we go. Hey, that actually lines up. What is that lining up with? That is lining up with that. Oh, that's nice. Okay. That's good to know. This one's too close to this one. That's annoying. That's fine. I'll just have that one be a little wonky. Okay. This one's already basically on point, but I think I'll have it affixed to that one. I'd rather have the water extractor ones be wonky because that I don't see as well. Alright. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Alright. And if we just do this to each of these. Hopefully this should work fine. There we go. Then that's minimal pipes in the way and I can run the full things through here. Okay, now what I want is logistics. We want splitters. So I'm gonna have I'm gonna have them come this way. Okay. It's weird how the guideline kind of goes away when it's far enough. So each of these is gonna want 100 limestone, also 66.6666. Just keep doing that. Okay, copy the settings on this. We're gonna paste that to all of these soon. But that means this thing's gonna need 100, so for each of these individual parts, they're gonna need Mark IIs going into them. Now we're gonna need Mark IV belts in between each of these. And I'm not actually connecting these to those. This isn't one line, this is actually 3 lines. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna place stackable conveyor poles on this. 2 layers, so then it's 3 poles. I'm gonna build this into there. Nice. All right, now let's see. Oh, that's just close enough. That's great. All right, same deal here. The big thing that's happened is I have the refineries placed in sets of 3. And then, okay, so the piping. This is the main piping down here, as you see. And then I just have it just splitting right off of it. And then it just shoots up. In fact, oop. You can delete some of these just so then you can see what's actually going on here. Jump up, down. So as you can see, it just snakes right into it. And then with the foundations on top of that, makes these pipes barely stick out of the output. So then that gives us plenty of room for our solid manifold. Each of these sets of 3 is carrying 300 on them. Each of these takes in 100. Which, in fact, I gotta make sure I paste all these. And I'm gonna be running 3 separate lines. Our belts, our highest belts hold 480, but I'm just gonna do 300 on each line just to keep everything fine. I could do it in as low as 2 belts, but I'm just gonna stick to 3 belts. 1 for each node. I will do that. But let's look at how our power is right now. I should be fine. I mean, this extra concrete stuff's gonna add a lot, but yeah, right now my max is only around 1,200 and my production is 3,000 right now. And I actually took away my biofuel stuff, so I don't even have the biofuel up right now. So it's definitely fine. Later on, once I do fuel and other power things, I will separate grids out probably. Okay. So anyways, I'm just prepping the lines for these. All right. Okay. Can I trick this thing into doing what I want? Yeah, that's great. Oh, I can't trick it into doing what I want. That's kind of annoying. Oh well, I don't need a lift on this part. I can just straight belt it. Do it from there. So, oh yeah, that's nice enough. So now we got 3 inputs. Bottom input goes to the first array. Second input goes to the second array. Top input goes to the third array. Yeah. Each of these will carry 300. All right, now let me look at the outputs again. So 66.667 times 3. So basically 200 is going to come out of each 3. So in total with all 3, it's going to be 600. I can't all carry that on one Mark IV pipe. I can't carry that on 2 of them though, or I can just carry 300 on 3 of them. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Is each input's going to be 300 limestone. Each output's going to be 200. Actually, wait a second. I'm being dumb, am I? So if I do three conveyors, that will mean each will have 200 on it. So I could even run that on Mark II. If I do 600 divided by 2, I could do 2 belts with 300 on each. I would probably have to do some load balancing because that's not an even number, it's an odd number of machines. But I could do it that way. Otherwise, I could do 400 and 200. Also, I do have another node over there. I could add another 3 and make this what would that be? 800? So I could carry 400 and 400? That wouldn't be too bad. I'm probably not going to have this running 100% right away because I don't need that much concrete. Let's just start with 1 node's worth. So this is here. Let's see here. So off of this part here. Okay. Yeah, it's just gravity damage. Okay, so this is where we can feed our belts into it. Ooh. That's a thing I didn't think about. Yeah. Oh, darn. I probably can't do conveyor lifts with that. I'm gonna have to slope it. Yeah, no, you can just pipe it right in. Also, let me check, but I think the nitrogen is a gas. Let me make sure. Yeah, nitrogen is a gas, so it's not affected by gravity. It's infinite head lift too. That's easy. Also, rocket fuel is a gas, I'm pretty sure. Let me make sure. I know ionized fuel is for sure. Let me make sure rocket fuel is. Yeah, rocket fuel is also a gas. So the turbo fuel is still affected by head lift. Regular fuel is affected by head lift, but rocket fuel, the actual output, is a gas. So you can place your fuel stuff, the burners, vertically with the rocket fuel once you have that out. So that is nice. And then the whatever it's called, the nitrogen is also a gas, so you don't have to worry about head lift for both of those. I don't know exactly the way you worded that last one is confusing, but each fuel has a consumption rate. The higher the consumption rate, the more fuel per thing you need for the same amount of power. Basically, the rocket fuel is a lot more powerful. I don't remember if it makes... Let me pull up the modeler. It's more power longer, but let's look and see if it also does more power in general. So, let's see here. This here is the tree you want to be using, so let me delete that. So if I pull this turbo fuel and we make rocket fuel with that. Wait a second. I don't know if the acid is... I think nitric acid is a... nitric acid is a liquid. So the nitrogen gas is a gas, but once you turn it into the liquid, then that's a liquid, so that'll care about head lift. So both of the things for making rocket fuel do care about that. Also, let's get rid of this chain just so then it's not limiting. Okay, so 1,333 in, 2,222 out. So you're getting more, and I do know it does burn longer. So twofold. Yeah. Literal batteries. But anyways, yeah, so both of those, yes. The answer is yes. Does it do this or does it do that? Yes. Yes. All right. Okay, so that's going to be the outputs. I'll deal with outputs as I go. But for this, I need to make this a ramp and not like this. So let's immediately... I don't want stairs. I want... Ugh, jeez. I want ramp. Steep ramp. Can I do shallower, or is that going to clip with the rock? That clips with the rock. Okay. I can do the ramp here, though, to give me more room. Okay, I need a... Oh, yeah. Once you get to those higher belts, they go insane. Okay, so that... Why? Oh, I didn't grab... I need 1 meter. There we go. Now it's smoother. So I'm literally gonna do this. And then Let's see how this works. Ugh. That ain't great. All right. This is gonna be interesting for sure. All right. That should work fine. And then that transitions to there. Okay. Yeah, that happens with a lot of games I play. You just get so obsessed with it that it just becomes part of your mind. All right, this I want to be more permanent, so I think I'm gonna run... Ugh. Why does this rock have to exist? That's annoying. Oof. All right. Why is it trying to... Oh, it's doing this stupid thing. Okay, now it's straight. Just let me place where I want to play, so why you gotta be so annoying, game? Alright. Darn. Darn belt lines. Oh, I gotta bring these down even farther. Oh. How am I gonna want to run these? Probably along here next to the coal, I guess. Yeah, like here. Yes. You did, in fact, do that. All right. Oh boy. Wait, what? I think we gotta go the other way because I don't like that overlapping that. Sure. Let's fill these in just so then they don't feel too floaty. Sure. I think from here I can have all the stuff converge. So this top one I want to come from over here. We're actually only going to use one node. Well, let me look. It just changed, so I had to look. No, that was Chrono Trigger music. Undersea Palace. Arranged by Malcolm Robinson. So, cover of Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger music is real great. And now this is Village of Rhinoka by David Fenn from Moonlighter original soundtrack. Okay, how do I want to have this one run? We're not having it come this way no more. Somewhere over here. Kind of like the idea of bringing it along the same way as the coal. Then in that case, bring the miner over here. Ugh, why does it have to cut through? I don't know. I don't have the singlest clue. Ugh. Okay, now I can be straight. Why is it doing that weird thing? Why does it do that? I don't understand. Straight mode is really messed up. I don't know what happens to make that do it, but it's annoying. When you just send it on straight mode and you do a lot of right angles, for some reason it just tends to mess itself up. How is that overlapping? No. Because look, see, it's doing it like that right now. But it was doing it with those ones in different episodes too. Like what? This is supposed to be a right angle. This is supposed to be completely straight. What is happening here? That's not a right angle. That's so weird. But even if I had that pole there, like if I do this backwards now, it'll probably work fine. Oh, that's why it's clipping, because of the pole. Yeah, that's fine-ish. There's like a weird kink there too. I don't know what's going on with it. It's real weird. Anyways, now we can have concrete coming in this way. Actually, let's provide power to the machines first. So this is actually the bottom line, not the top line. The bottom line is going to be these three closest. Okay. Let's put off the power. Probably pull off power from the steel plant, since I have a solid foundation connection here. We're going to connect those three, and then we're going to connect everything here. So let's, oop. I can connect 2 water extractors. Ugh. The belts. All right. Nope, not that. There we go. So it doesn't make anything go faster. Okay, so basically, since it's turbo fuel and it's a liquid, you want the turbo fuel producers to generally be higher up than the intakes into the burners, the generators. So what I generally do is, so I have the fuel producers, and then I do a kink downwards 1 or 2 segments into the main travel pipe channel, and that prevents sloshing back up towards the fuel producers if there's problems. And then from the main travel channel out to the manifold, each pipe going down into each individual generator also has a kink or 2 downwards. And that makes it a little better. My plant, the one that you saw, is not good anyways. It could be a lot better. I would not, like, if I saw someone try to just copy and paste mine, I would be upset because it does not run well. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so 2, 2, and then 3. Okay, so that's everything. And actually, I need to set these to be the right as well. So I'm gonna have 9 of these. So 83.333 times 9, 749.997, and then I'm going to divide that by 7. So each needs to make just over 107. So I'm just going to set them to 108. So that should help with some power saving. Sure. I mean, if you already have access to all the stuff to make it, yeah, I would just go directly to it. And then, with rocket fuel unlocked, and you can see exactly how the setups are needed for it, you can keep that in mind while you're making the... Like, if you're doing a blueprint module for it, to make it a modular factory, it's really nice to know how the final outputs are done. So that'll probably be a good idea for you. All right, now I just need to hook up the miner to power. Also, Mark IV belts and higher, you cannot go the other way from them. Even, like, geez. At least going the way that they are directed towards, you go super fast. I wonder if it would be cool to use conveyor belts. I wonder if you could have them like half embedded in the ground, so then the railing isn't so much in the way, but you can still get the boost, and then you can have them as like speed walkways. I wonder if you could combine them with the if you could combine them with catwalks or something. That would be kind of cool. Okay, and then this needs to get set to max. So let's grab some power shards. Of course, I have to grab 100 at a time. Okay, so 250 speed. Now it's making 300. Now 300 is coming my way. Coming through here. This song is a weird one. I'm gonna skip it. Here we go. Snail's house is always good. Oh, yeah. I might incorporate them at some point because it would be cool to do that. All right, now let's see how... Okay, so these are already full for water. Nice to see. Let's look at the pipe themselves. Yep. Okay. And now it should be coming in. Here's the first batches. Well, I had power slugs. Quite a bit of them from exploring. And then I think I showed this to you in the last episode, but we have this setup here with these duplicators with the summer sloops. You can do that with power slugs and power shards. So Instead of one power slug, one blue one giving you one, it gives you two, doubled. Instead of a yellow one giving you two, it gives you four, doubled. Here's the big one. Instead of the purple one giving you 5, it gives you 10, doubled. If I have 5 purple power slugs, you get 50. That's how you get so much so fast. That's why I always like to speedrun getting the duplication as fast as possible. Also, if we get enough summer sloops, I can put down a power augmentator. If you haven't used a power augmentator yet, you should. Is it augmentator or just augmenter? Just augmenter. Alien power augmenter. Those things are great for your power. It's a free 500, and then it adds 10% to your grid. And with all of the summer sloops on the map, you can make 10 of them. And later in the game, you can put a certain high tier item that uses SAM. You can put it into those augmenters, and it makes the power boost from 10% each to 30% each. So with 10 of them, that's 300% to your power grid. It is ridiculous. But then you're using basically all of them in your whole world for power and not using them for doubling things. But yeah, no, it's so powerful. So that's how I got so much power shards. Anyways, these should be making now. Yep. So now, let's see how I want to do this. Mergers. Yeah, I'm gonna have it pull like this. That's wrong. Oh wait, no, because I'm pulling it out the front. So now we have 300 per minute. Insane. Yeah, summer sloops being useful was in 1.0. I started the game in 1.0. So I'm kind of used to all the meta. Most of the stuff in 1.1 isn't really meta changes. It's just quality of life changes. Like being able to infinitely... What's it called? Infinite nudge. You used to only be able to nudge a thing so far once you locked it in place. Now you can infinitely nudge. You can nudge vertically up and down with the page up and page down buttons. Didn't be able to do that in 1.0. Now if you press R when you have a blueprint out, like this. Nope, I didn't want the motor thingy. I wanted stator mode. So if you press R, sets to auto connect. So that will connect, as you see there. It'll connect things together. That didn't used to be in 1.0. There's some other things, but those are the big things. And then also being able to deconstruct the hard drive crash sites. Okay, so we got the concrete done. That was a big thing. Now let's see what we got next to do. Okay, so we got wet concrete production. I need to create factory modules for reinforced plates and other stuff yet. I need to update the encased industrial beam factory So this module here needs to be updated. Let's go check that stuff out too, because I didn't show the modules for stators and rotors too much. Showed it a little bit last time, but not that much. So let's load up this. So what's this all taken? That's Mark 3. So now I can make the inputs and outputs Mark 4. So then I can have more of these in a line if I want it. Oh yeah, and then I also have it upstairs as well. So this here is for the concrete. That actually doesn't connect all the way at the end, which is annoying. Yeah. I really want to get Mark 5. No, not Mark 5 belts. I mean Mark 2 blueprint. Because then I can do 5x5. Let's look at that. I'm gonna have to do plastic and stuff for that. I might update that later then. Actually, I might change that because I could probably move. And the assemblers, do they have any wiggle room? Yeah, they kind of do. So this one is the problem one. What if I just kind of moved everything over? So if I just have them closer together. Okay, so this is for the first one. Okay, that should be good then. And then for up here, needs to be like this. And now okay, it's being weird. Okay. There we go. I just didn't have it right. Now if I get rid of that, now it's a connection point there. So now this thing will fully connect with the last one. So now it's fully tileable. That is better. Let's see here. This thing makes 12 per minute on each. It requires 20 concrete per minute, so in total the thing... Well, let's look. This thing should tell me how much. 80 concrete per minute. This thing doesn't take 80 concrete per minute, it takes 60. Oh, I wrote it wrong. Well, we can fix this. 60 per minute. Save. Save. Okay. Yeah, I haven't done hardly anything with quartz at all, really. Okay, so how much does this actually take? 24 steel pipe times 3. $27, $27, $27, $27. So 27 times 4. Yeah, 108. Okay, so that was correct at least. But okay, so then that should all work. So let's see here. 480 divided by 108. With a full thing of steel, I can put 4 of these in a row. And then 4 times 60, and then that takes 240. All right. So then, if I have 4 of these, 4 of those modules taking our concrete, that's 240. We make 300 concrete with 3 of these machines, so we'd have even 40 concrete left that I can feed into this thingy here once I use up our 3rd node. All right, that's good. All right. Let's see here. So that is saved. Let's look at it here just to make sure. Yep, that says the right thing. Modular frames. Let's load modular frame. Oh boy, what's this got going on? Okay, ins and outs are still Mark 3s here, so I can upgrade that to Mark 4s. This is out. That's output. This is input. Right. Yeah, that's input. Let's see here. Modular frames. How much did it say it took? Less than 60 ingots, but it only makes 3 frames per minute. All right. Let's see here. So I could put 8 of these factory modules next to each other with a Mark IV belt full of iron ingots. Not too bad. And we can save this now. Let's look at our other ones. Rotors, we already use Mark IVs. Stators, we already use Mark IVs. Alright, so then the next stuff really is just making modules for certain things. We will do that soon. What I want to do, though, is... let's see... Alright, I want to unlock several milestones now. Before doing that, though, we're gonna do this. Do I want to put... where do I want to put it? Probably just right up here. What's going on here? This is the current. I want to replace this. That's what I want to do. Okay, so Get rid of that. Get rid of that. That and that. Put all of that into there. All right. And I'm gonna want to get rid of this too, even though that has a lot. Alright, let's see. Turbo fuel takes off way higher. Oh, you're talking about package turbo fuel for use in rocket. Yeah. Yeah, it does. It's great. Okay, now where did all these land? Because I know there's another dismantle crate somewhere. Did it just go into the nearest dismantle crate? Is that what keeps happening? If there's Mercer spheres over here, that's why. Let's see what's in here. Yeah. Okay, so this one crate here keeps taking everything I destroy, and all of the extra stuff is going into this one huge crate. That's kind of funny. And then I can turn off on the compass. I want them to show up on the map, but I don't like seeing it on the compass. But yeah, that's funny. So we just have a huge dismantle crate with literally everything in existence here. A lot there. You should try... You should make some liquid biofuel and package it, and you should try it with the jetpack. Compared to fuel, it's better, and I think compared to turbo fuel, it doesn't go as high, but it keeps you in the air longer. So you should try some of it out just a couple times. Like, just make a couple little containers of liquid biofuel. It's not good long term, but it's something. Once you get rocket fuel, that's probably going to be your best jetpack, even compared to liquid biofuel. How much is this even taken out of this? Only 320. That's really not that much. That's nice. Yay! You've officially gotten farther than I have ever have. Definitely. Where's the output of the steel? So that goes this way. I want to rerun all this. I'm gonna leave it like that. Let's get rid of these. That's staying there to stop that hatcher from being dumb. Okay. So now, with our new encased beams blueprint. Oh, come on. So this is the input of the steel. And then the output of the beams is right here. And then above... Am I big dumb? Let's place this down and look. I'm already forgetting how my own things work. I should include ladders on these designs as well. Okay, what is this? Oh, this is a stator factory. I grabbed the wrong blueprint. No wonder. Alright, let's grab the actual right blueprint. Jeez. Okay, this is actually convenient because my steel input comes on this side of it, and then I have the concrete down in that direction, so having the inputs for the concrete run this way is actually nice. Oh, it's locked behind nuclear power? Really? I didn't even know that. Let me look at this. Yeah, tier 8 particle enrichment. It's used to make non-fissile uranium. Well, that's weird that you can unlock the rocket fuel before you can unlock the nitric acid. I guess until now, I don't know what needs the other thing. Darn. I mean, turbo fuel is really good if you're doing the fuel blend anyways. So yeah, I mean, you can do turbo fuel for now. I don't know how close you are to getting the unlock for that. If you're close to the unlock, you could maybe just rush that. I don't know. Okay, so let's place this along this way. Let's make three for now. Ooh. Let's fix that. All right. Yeah, I guess for now your best thing would probably be just doing turbo fuel then. I mean, turbo fuel, especially if you're doing the blend thing, it will last you a long while. If you're actually doing it optimally, unlike how I did it, it will last you a long while. All right, so let's fix that blueprint because the things weren't snapping correctly because of the stupid poles. All right, let's load up. Not that. Industrial beam. All right, where's the problem? Right here. And let's remove that bit. Now over here. We'll have it only extend to like here. And we'll remove that. Just so then it has more room to connect to each other. And then the other side, let me go to the top and make sure. Shouldn't have any issues. This bit is all that should be fine. Oh, I gotta replace the wire too. Okay, this bit is all self-contained, so that doesn't matter. This here does matter though. But this should auto-connect. Actually, I am going to... Oh. Let's do that quick. There we go. That's 2, so I need mark 2 here. And then it was a splitter. Okay, that should be fine. So now this should all connect fine. Yeah, that should all connect fine then. And then let's re-add the power. There we go. Now we can save this. Let's overwrite that save. Get those back, please. How the heck did that get in there? AI limiter? I didn't think I was using smart splitters anywhere. Okay, I'm accidentally using a smart splitter somewhere. It's a conveyor splitter. Is it up above? I bet it's up above. That's why. Why is this a smart splitter? Just use a regular splitter. Jeez. Okay, now this shouldn't be crazy. Like, geez, I didn't want to be using AI limiters in this thing. Save. Yes. Clear. Take all. Tab. Throw that in there. Give me. let's head up. There we go. Why do I have... This is all on me and it's annoying. Okay, now I can actually place this down and not worry about it being stupid. Okay, that's correct. Okay, that's all the correct points. Yes. Let's see here. Each of these makes what? 12 per? I have 3 here. That's 36 per minute. That's almost too much. But that'll be fine. Okay. I'm probably going to cut this back once I have heavy modular frames. Or actually no, because I'm going to want to incorporate that into it. This all needs to be Mark IV. How did I not upgrade that bit? I was about to not have optimal performance. Alright, there we go. Now we just need to connect power. There we go. Now everything should start working once I get this all connected. Ugh. No, they need to go up higher. Does not look good, but it works. All right. And now we'll be getting these out the wazoo. Infinite Mark IV belt material. Oh, darn. There we go. Where's this deleted thing? There it is. I want all those. I already have more than I'll probably ever need, but it's silly. There we go. Now let's go and grab that Mercer Sphere from in there, because I need that. I'm thinking I'll probably increase my stack size on the Mercer Spheres. Anything else in here that I need? Not really in particular. I'll leave that for now. Shove this into here. Let's see what I need for higher stack size for the depots. 7 Mercer Spheres and 103 of those thingies. Okay, let's see here. Mercer's. I have 16, so I can do that. Now I just need more of the thingies. $103. I have 17, so I need to make quite a bit of those. And I don't have automation for them yet. In fact, I could do one more speed upgrade as well. No, I'm not filling up with the reanimated SAM fast enough. I'll let that refill. Okay, I got one yellow power slug. I'll shove that into there. Got some hog remains on me. Shove that into there, get some more point. Also, from all the DNA points from all the stuff, I got 106 coupons waiting to be printed, so that's kind of cool. Alright, so the next big thing, we got the encased industrial beams done. We got some of the stuff retrofitted for Mark IV belts. Okay, so the two big things, 3 things that we could do. We could do oil product stuff finally, and do some more milestones, which is probably good. We could do sulfur production and do explosives. I kind of want to get the explosive rebar. That would be cool. And then we got nobelisks and whatnot. And then we could probably go around, get more summon loops, get more Mercer spheres, more power shards. But exploring probably needs me to do explosives and oil to really do better. So I think we'll do oil first. So let's look at the milestones that we have going on. So I was trying to get petroleum power done, but I didn't have enough plastic and rubber yet. That's the last tier 5 thing I have to do. And then tier 6, we have all this in here. I want to get Blueprint Mark II, but that needs heavy modular frames, which means I need to do industrial manufacturing, which I need more plastic for that. I have the motors. I can shove all those in right now. The only other thing I need is just plastic, so yeah. Pipeline Mark IIs would be great as well. And that also needs heavy industrial frames, or heavy modular frames. And then monorail technology. I can actually do that now. Shove that in there, shove that in there, shove that in there. Grab some more motors. In fact, we're gonna have to place down another motor factory. I want to place a motor factory out on a separate node away from my main base, I think. But for now, from our old motor factory, we have a big backlog, so that's great. So this is making 200 per minute here. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is actually feeding this fully. It wouldn't feed 4 at a time fully yet, though. All right. Alright, what am I doing? Oh yeah, unlocking monorail trains. That's all the motors. Now we just need more beams and pipes. Which I have to replace down beam and pipe making as well. Alright, that should be enough. I don't know. Trains have a lot of uses that drones can't do. If you need high volume, trains are still good, especially if you're bringing them farther across the map. Drones really have a lot of finickiness to them. They're way more of a hassle to use than you might think. Drones are good, but I think you should keep trains too. You might use trains in a different way than you are using them right now. That might be the case, but you'll still want trains probably. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm looking at this. So we just sent that off, so we have, what, trains now? This needs computers. I have computers. A 100 computers, in fact. Yeah. On trains, you don't even need to package them, yeah. Alright, let's see here. For that, I had to wait until it comes back for that. That's fine. Alright, so I think while we're waiting for those, we will do some oil stuff. So let's head out. Let's look at what we want. So everything's going to be in the refinery. So we want plastic and we want rubber. I have the heavy oil residue alternate somewhere as well, just waiting. I have better fuel waiting as well, but we don't need all that right now. So plastic. All right, and then heavy oil residue we can either turn into petroleum coke or we can turn it into fuel. I think I'll just turn it into fuel. Yeah. So let's see here. We can probably just head out there. We'll add like what? 4 to this? Yeah, we got enough stuff for that. Now let's connect this. To that. Now this is on our power grid. Oh, I love having 6 utility slots. Let's head up, and we're gonna head over to where I want to do oil. I should go in there now that I have the gas mask, actually. We have the gas masks and the filters. Let's head on in. I want to grab this. Oh, there's spoilers here, but I can just fly right above them. Okay, let's get out of here. The spoilers are gonna get me. They don't care about the gas. Come here, spoilers. Die. Stingers. They don't even have stingers. Why are they called stingers? Alright. That didn't do what I wanted. Well, that's another 10 power shards right there. Ugh. Yeah, they do. They fight. Do the large ones do that though? I don't remember. Oh, the one thing about powered... Ow! Catcher? Oh, that's annoying. Great. Ugh. Xeno Basher is so much easier at defeating those crabs than the Xeno Zapper. Alright, here we go. So we want to go down there somewhere. Let's ping crude oil. Oh. Normal, here. There we go. Oh yeah, and then there's uranium over here, and there's a uranium hog here. I was able to grab the chip there by baiting it out onto that thing. So this gets pulled out here. There's a SAM node right there. That's kind of cool. I wonder what... That's normal. That's better than the one at the coal place. The one at the coal place is impure. Right, so our good oil is right there, but we can just take a normal node. Let's pull off the power here. And that power line is the way back to the Playz biome starting location. Out here is going to be great for building big factories out on the water. And then we can use all the pure recipes for all our stuff as well, easily. Alright, let's head to right there. Ideal. All right. Ugh. Oh, that's a big boy. Why are you frozen? Oh! Well, now you're not frozen. Die. Okay. Thank you. Anything else? No. Alright. Oh, I didn't even look to see if I had enough for an oil extractor, but I do. How? Really? Most annoying bush in the world. How did that not break this bush? These bushes are so annoying. Alright, there we go. Okay. Let's just kind of pull out a little platform here. Just a basic little thing. All right. There we go. So 120 per minute. All right. Okay, so let's do just one refinery for each thing right now. I don't think we really have to overcomplicate things yet. Just very bare bone. Place it along this way, I suppose. There we go. It should start filling up. Let's set this to plastic. And let's set this to rubber. That's gonna take... Oh, that's residual rubber. Want rubber, there we go. 30 per minute. 30 per minute there. You know what, let's do 2 and 2. Why did I do that? That's not what I wanted to do. So then we'll have 2 do plastic, 2 do rubber. Okay, so 40 from these 2. 10, so 60 total. we're gonna have 60 oil residue coming out. Oh, that's not right. Okay, so 30 for each of these. So 30 times 4, 120. So then this will be making that. Okay. Okay, and then what can you make with oil residue again? Can either make petroleum coke or I can make residual fuel. So with the 60 I make 40 per minute. So I literally only need one. That's actually pretty nice. So then I'll put it right along here. Actually, let's not put this here. These don't have... Okay, so... Well, then take a break from the game. So I'm gonna get 40 rubber per minute and 40 plastic per minute. So all these can be run on Mark 1s. All right. All right, let's see. Yes, it must grow. It should. There we go. And now I can do the output for these guys. There we go. And then this will be that. Doesn't even need to change clock speeds. And then we're just gonna put a bunch of fluid buffers down. because I can't actually burn it off yet. So hopefully that makes 40 per minute. Each of these holds 400. All right. Oh, 3 should be fine for now. Now we just need to power everything up. I can power everything off one power pole. Ain't that crazy? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's make sure this is all good. All right. Each of these should start to go already. Yep. Perfect. And now we should start to get... Oh. Well, it would be nice if you actually connected your stuff, wouldn't it? I connected the fuel side. Alright, there we go. And then this will start feeding into this. And I'll start powering that right away, just then it is ready. Alright. There we go. It'll probably slosh since it's not full outputs, but that should be fine. And now we should get some fuel. It should all be coalescing to this end. All right. I wonder which one of these will fill up first. But all right, so now we already got... Let's see here. I'd love to know why that's... Okay, that's why, because the lits are being dumb. Why does it turn to that side? Did that happen over here too? Yes. Of course it did. Why wouldn't it? That's so weird. Okay, now they'll start filling up. All right. And that's all I need to do here for now. We can head right back. And then that'll go into my dimensional depot, and now we can start doing all the milestones. Let's unlock some heavy modular frames. Oh, and then we're gonna have the manufacturer. Oh. I don't think I can do a 4x4 modular thing with the manufacturer yet. I might have to manual craft the heavy modular frames for just enough for the Mark II blueprinter. 5x5 is much more forgiving with the manufacturer. Also makes it tall. There's a slug there, but it's radiation. Probably not enough radiation to kill me though. It's not like it's the hog. This thing wants to destroy me. Gotta be careful. There's a hog there. Oh, come on, this doesn't gap. That better get me close enough. Coming. Yeah, there you go. Love to see it. That's a lot of hogs. They're just oh. Geez, everything's spawning in now. Red forest spire things. They're dangerous. Don't want to be here. Red forest spitter is annoying. It's a big spitter too. Very annoying. Ugh, all the leaves in my face. I had grabbed that one too, so we got that. I see a mercer sphere. Let's grab this mercer sphere. Okay, there's a hatcher here. That's all I gotta worry about. Come on.
Look through the window.
There we go. Oh yeah, the Satisfactory modeler. Modeler's great, yeah. Missed the slug. Oop. The parachute never disengages when you want it to automatically, but it always disengages automatically when you don't want it to. All right, let's see here. Plastic. Close. I need a little more motors in there. I can do that. There we go. Let's throw the hatcher and spitter remains into there. Throw that slug into there. Mercer spheres. Actually, no, I want these out. Because I want to craft some more, right? I need what, like 106 for the next stack and speed upgrade? That ain't too bad. I might end stream soon. Maybe in like half an hour. Alright. I should have more plastic now. Let me just type in plastic, jeez. Is that enough? Not quite. Need a little more. Got so much tickets, 109. I have 203 power shards right now. I should just grab the SAM from the place. Oh well. I should have enough plastic now. There we go. We got industrial manufacturing.
Milestone reached.
And now we have access to the manufacturer. Oh. Well, speaking of, I need to make modular frames again. I have a bunch somewhere. think it's down in that deconstructed crate. Yeah, there's some in here. So we actually need to get a recipe for the heavy modular frames. Let's see. Let's look at a manufacturer. Heavy modular frame. I want to get one that gets rid of the screws and replaces it with concrete. It's way better for my use cases. And then I can make the encased industrial beams just out of... There's a way to make it so that this is just iron and concrete, and then without screws makes it better. Because I hate screws, but now we do have access to computers. I can auto make SAM fluctuators. I can auto make filters if I wanted to for some reason. Okay, and then modular engines and adaptive control units are the things that I need for the space elevator. All right. So let's look at... Let's throw... Let's see here. Ooh, these can't go in. That's fine. Okay, so I need plastic. And I need rubber. There we go. Yeah, I'll need the iodine ones. But that's way later down the line. I don't even have synthetic fibers yet. I'm going to have to, but I don't even... That's so down the road right now anyways. Like, I'm not even at turbo fuel yet. I'm not even at fuel yet, technically. I don't even... I'm literally going to do petroleum power milestone in a second. How full is this getting? Oh, yeah, that's plenty. I could almost do with just only 2 modules of this and then have extra steel and whatnot. Okay, so I think... next order of business. I want to set up containers for stators, rotors, and motors, because I know I'm going to need more of those at some point. And then I'm going to have to do stuff with the manufacturer. Oh. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do a new iron node. There's some normal iron nodes like over here on the map. I want to get away from our main base area and build some stuff out there. So I literally just have to wait till this thing comes back in. Rigger motors is motors that instead of using just stators and rotors, it also uses the like the oscillators with quartz. it saves on stators and motors and gives you, I mean, it saves on stators and rotors and gives you more motors, but the added complexity of having to do the oscillators for that, I don't think it's worth it. But it's an option. Now, yeah, we're gonna want to do more hunting for stuff. Let's get explosives done. That's something we can do right away. Sulfur. So now that we have access to plastic, we can make smokeless powder. And then smokeless powder will do that. Okay, so let's head up. To the coal and the sulfur. I need to put down more batteries too. Let me look at... Yeah, my max still isn't even to 2,000 and I'm producing 3,000, so I should be fine. So like, for me, I like to do motors from stators and rotors, and I use the steel rotor recipe, so rotors take the same materials as stators. And I like to use the iron pipe from steel pipe recipe, so motors are completely just iron ingots. It only costs iron ingots to do motors for what I have set up. It's so simple. Adding in crystal oscillators just adds so much more complexity to that it's just definitely not worth it with the alternate recipes that I choose already. Yeah, it's great. All right. I'm actually going to pull this along. I have extra coal to play with over here. So that's Mark II. Grab a splitter. Not a smart one. Make this a Mark II miner. This plant's gonna stutter a little bit until this gets put back on. There we go. And now I have 120 coming out to this way if I want it. In fact, I think instead of running this over on this side, oh, that'd be cool. Probably already have that somewhere. You just gotta look for it. Oh, come on, really? I pulled it just too far. All right, now. There's a creature. Oh. Get out of here. All right. Really, Bean? Get out of here, Bean. All right. Okay. So we got sulfur and coal. No space. Not enough, but I have a space right there. What are you talking about? What? That was weird. Okay then. I guess in case there was wood, it needed an extra second slot? Yeah. Really, you're not gonna let me cut you? Now you will. All right. Oh, geez. Can't see nothing. All right. So, assembler. How much? For black powder, 15 and 15. We can do 4 of those. 4 of those. Jeez, my mouth today. One, 2, 3, 4. Let's just do this. I'll probably decorate them, yeah. I don't know. I've never really been one for decorating much, to be honest. All right. much of each of these things we'll end up with. But then those will make... I'm gonna have to bring power over here. That's gonna make a bunch of black powder. There we go. I don't know. I mean, right now I'm just trying to get through tiers and stuff and get a bunch of stuff, and decorating takes so much time. Like, I'm already procrastinating with enough stuff as is, on top of having to decorate. Like, bleh. Also, this is funny. Alright, let's pull power over here. Alright, so for now we'll just shove this into here. The closest thing to that would probably just be placing down blueprints and then deleting blueprints in delete blueprint mode. That's probably the closest to what you have for that in vanilla. Alright, so now we got 60 per minute. Wait, no, these make 30 per minute out, so that needs to be Mark II along that line. There we go. Well, you know what? We can just make it Mark IVs. There we go. Now we're getting a bunch of these. Let's place down a MAM. Sulfur. Great. All right, smokeless powder. So we need 300 black powder. Not 300, 100. I'm reading things wrong. 100. I already have 200. Jeez, that stuff comes in fast. Well, I guess we are making, what, 120 of it per minute? All right. Let's see here. I assume we make that in here. No. What is smokeless powder made in? A constructor? Refinery? Yeah, refinery. Oh, it needs heavy oil residue? That's annoying. Did he pull up the codex again? Here we go. So I just had to bring some of this to the oil place, I suppose. Let's look at... Okay, to make this I need 200 smokeless powder. Oh. Alright. How do you craft... just normal nobelisks? Those are probably easier. Black powder and then steel pipes. So then I would only have to get iron to add into that then. And automate nobelisks. I could probably bring iron over here. Where's the closest iron? Okay, so the closest is down there. So I'd have to pipe some up, unless I wanted to bring the other stuff down. Yeah, I unlocked them. They are in here. I just haven't done anything with them yet. I'll have to do something with them though. I might be able to make heavy oil residue travel, or make our... Probably I'll make the sulfur and coal travel to different places. That's what I'll probably do with them. The sulfur and coal is nice to have in different spots. Alright. So let's unlock petroleum power and put... a fuel generator out at our temporary place. Get our first fuel power. Well, good thing I can make a bunch of those, because I have a lot of steel production and iron for iron pipes. Plastic. There we go. That's what I wanted. Now. Yeah. So we can place down fuel powered generators. $20 per minute for regular fuel. I think I make, what, 40 per minute with the byproducts, so I can place down 2 fuel generators worth right away. It ain't too bad. Alright, so I'll place down the generators for that, and then I'll probably end the episode, because the next big thing I'm gonna do is be manually crafting a bunch of heavy modular frames, and I don't know if that's a good thing that this stream's doing. And it's about time anyways. We've been going for what, 3.5, maybe just 3. I'm gonna jump to that arch and grab that. Ooh, I kind of want to grab the purple one. Let's grab the purple one. Yeah, no, steel pipes is real easy to automate a bunch of. All right, give me that, please. Thank you. All right, let's head on over here. The beams are a little tougher because you have to use steel, but I have the solid steel ingot recipe. We can make tons of steel. As long as you have completely full health, you can drop from any height and not die, but you'll be left on a sliver of health then. Alright, how full are these? That one's full. That one's full. That one's full. So we're basically full. Good thing I decided to do this when I did. Alright, so we want... Let's just bring this out this far. No, I forgot how big these things are. All right. There we go. There we go. These each take 20 per minute. This thing makes 40 per minute, so that will perfectly keep up. And if anything, I actually want to overcharge it a little bit. Let's have these overcharged just to start emptying these buffers a little more. Good. And look at that, we're already up in power. Crazy. So when they're not overclocked, they make 250 megawatts, so just these two is given 500 megawatts back. Great. Alright, that should be fine. There we go. So now we're getting some stuff from that. Let's see here. Is this span an even? Oh, it's not. Ah, well. Next time I'll make them span correctly. Alrighty, so then there's that. This is just the starter stuff. If we head back, we do have in storage, we have the heavy oil residue recipe. And we also have the diluted packaged fuel recipe. So we are on track to get crazy amounts of that. And I think what I want to do is once I unlock the Mark II blueprint designer, I think I'm going to make a blueprint for power generation. And it'll include lines for water to go on. It'll include lines for... Oh, that's not the way I want to go. It'll include the lines for the fuel, and it'll include the lines for the water. I'll make a line for the resin to come out to be fed into a sink, and everything will be good. So then in that case, we'll just head back to base, and then I think I'll be done for today. Can you let me on the stupid thing? Why? Oh, it'll go down, but not up. Okay, now it does. That was weird. Oh, radiation hurts. Just one hit. It'd be a nightmare to try to build a factory in that with all those arches everywhere. That would be crazy. Alrighty, we're back to base. I think with that, I will call it a day. Forgot that there's emotes. Alrighty. Well, see you all. Jeez, if I could talk right. What a perfect way to end the stream. See you all next time. Hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.